Hello, welcome to the first round of VollGass Season 3 here at Assen for the Dutch TT, and I'm gonna guess that it is raining from the sounds through my headset, and if so, what are perfectly good conditions for them to start with. It's just amazing.
Incredible.
So we got Joe on board the Repsol Honda, the uh, person who topped the pre-season test last week at Sepang. And as always, is the first man out of the blocks to start his first lap of the session, and he's going to bail out straight away. And it is that Gami is out in front now into turn 1 on board the Petronas Yamaha. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys fare in the wet conditions. Could be the hardest conditions they have to go through. The bikes all over the place, constantly on edge. So go across the first sector. Obviously anyone at this point will go fastest sector 1, since no one has yet to settle up. Going through the chicane now and into turn 8. And now into turn 9. And obviously we had a wet race for the junior class yesterday, so the weather's returned, and it'll be interesting to see how different the pace is. Also, we'd expect the wet weather to be, well, you expect these guys to be quicker, but they won't have the same amount of time the other guys did.
Yeah, one thing to probably that could happen is a potential dry race, because the qualifying session in the junior yesterday was actually dry, and then the race was a wet race. So
Monsters lost the front into GT.
We may see a switch round from what happened in the junior, but one way to find out in about 12 minutes time.
Yeah.
Currently, Joe fastest through all 3 sectors, and he goes pole by 0.7 with the 34.1.
Hit
so
stick.
That's a strong time.
Goes, well, 5th. That's the lowest place he can go. Mogsy
coming into the chicane.
The last winner of season 2, and he's completely outbroke himself. I don't know whether that's and he's
okay.
Yeah. And let's monster through Ike.
That's Racecraft.
Going in through the chicane.
Oh wow!
And yeah,
and he's pulled out as well.
I mean,
nice.
The chicane's difficult in the dry, and in the wet, just with the lack of it's gone down with the worst feeling with the front you have, and how easy it's just to crash. It's going to be very difficult to get that chicane right for the remaining laps of this session.
Yeah, and if you didn't watch the tryouts, or the pre-season test, I should say, you may see some slight different changes of teams and new riders coming into the championship. So for those that didn't see the pre-season test, here is the rider changes and new riders in. So Joe in first currently was Repsol Reserve last season. He's now moved up into the factory seat as a permanent rider for season 3. Monster, who moved from LCR, is now into the full factory Honda team at Repsol. Mogsy is now moved to LCR Castrol from Monster Yamaha, and Nelson has also moved to the LCR Honda team from Petronas. Deck, his chain is also just stayed at Petronas, where he won on the bike he won the season in last year, so he's hoping to do the same again this season. And Gami is now Deck's teammate, who came from Tech 3. and then a new team in because Suzuki is no longer out on track, and the new team is Aiki and Amiya. And then also a new team in is Pramac, which is Leon, who was at Suzuki last year, and Josh, who's in the Repsol Honda team. Well, I believe I've covered everybody, haven't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Or have I not done the Monster Yamahas yet?
Sometimes I can't remember, but in case you haven't
done the Monster Yamahas.
Monsters, Mr. Hitstick from Tech 3,
Yep.
and Cammy is a new arrival. Aiki goes 4th, Deck
Correct.
goes 1st.
So our new arrivals are Aiki, Cammy, and Amiya as brand new riders to VollGazz. The riders that have stepped out or moved down is Wigan, Flabby, John, Astro John, me. I'm now doing commentary and doing the Moto2 races, which are live over on Deck Fallen's YouTube channel every Monday at the same time as these. So that's currently what I'll be doing. I'm taking season out of this basically and going back to my old job of season 1 alongside Jack and the commentary. So I'm happy with how I did last season, but I think it was just right for me to take a season out. But the field this season is very strong, as the pace will be increased massively as well, so it's going to be an interesting one, and I do feel that Deck is going to have a run for his money this season in terms of race threats and also qualifying threats, because I think he only missed out on pole once last season. Is that correct?
Yeah. Here comes Amir across the line, goes 8th. Joe goes across the line and he goes 1st. Leon improves his time but remains 5th. Gammy improves his time, goes 3rd. Nelson, if I can find him on here, time. There he goes, he's going through the chicane, across the line, and jumps into 6th. Cammy, the only person... We had Leon doing a good job in 5th, but Cammy, the only person yet to set a lap. I mean, if the race is to be dry, this might shake up the grid of what it could have been, but we'll have to see. And Cammy's gone very wide onto the green, very wide, just completely understeered there, looked like a bit too much corner speed. Fast rights, taking very very fast round Ramshook and into the final chicane, braking hard, try not to invalidate as he's missed the apex, but that's probably the safer thing to do. And he crosses the line and goes into 4th place. Like in the background there, it was invalidated this time, it's not improved. Amir currently skating around turn 9. I'll just build.
Gammy Croc also doing a very good job in 3rd position as well, and he is improving as well. So
Cammy's had a fall somewhere. Me are now going into sector 3.
Gammy Croc and the Patronus.
Oh my god!
Position.
Thank God they ghosted.
I think if they stay as they are, I'm pretty sure this will be Gammy's best qualifying.
It would match his best race result.
And it'll match his best race result of the 3rd place.
Well, there was a very questionable line by Amir there, so very questionable. Gammy goes into 2nd place.
Oh really? I didn't see it.
He completely
What
just cut
happened there?
He just completely straight line the chicane, to put it simple. Here comes Leon through the chicane. Gonna try and use all that Ducati power across the line and jumps into 5th place. Moxie
actually entering the pits himself.
Moxie, the last winner of VollGazz, currently last. But that could change when they cross the line. And yeah, he jumps into 9th for Hitstick. Now has completely overshot Ramshook and is onto the grass and gonna go into the pit lane.
Pitting. Yep. Josh also repping a new number design as well as Monster.
And Joe. Gami sporting a new helmet.
And Joe. Yeah.
Deck sporting a new helmet. Very Louis Salom-like helmet from 2016. Leon's improving as well. He's changed his number as well, so we've got a lot of design changes from from last season. All Monsters gone down.
That design actually really suits that Pramax, but Leon's got as well. The blue kind of matches his gloves and his knee sliders, and the bottom of the bike. It kind of does mix well with it, which is nice to see.
Here we go into the third sector. What does Leon do? He's still improving. Can he jump onto the front row maybe, or or get to the head of the second row? Let's see as he goes through the chicane. Cami's crashed, and Leon goes across the line now, and he's lost it.
Doesn't improve.
So obviously he couldn't replicate what he. Oh, Dex lost the front into the final chicane. So easily done. It could have been an accidental click into first gear. Right, I just got in and just too much brake pressure. But he has gone down.
Possibly.
Gami's
I've always said though that when I was working with Leon last season, I always said to him that he was a good wet weather rider, and I don't think he predicted that he would be where he is at the moment in this qualifying session. But I've always told him you've got good pace and you're especially good in the wet, and I think he is proving that. So he's one to watch out, definitely, and most certainly in wet races. But one thing to point out is all the LCR and the Idemitsu riders are in 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th currently.
Well, that might change as well. Joe's crashed, but Moxley comes across the line and jumps to 6th, so he has ruined that. And here comes Josh now, having seemed like a bit of a bad run through the chicane, and that's his lap done. Aiki going for the fast rights now.
Deck on the red.
So we'll have to keep an eye on Deck. Nelson improving as well.
It is incredible to point out that the top 9 separated by 1.1, but weirdly, then Joe is half a second quicker than anybody else on track right now. So realistically, 0.7 is separating 2nd to 8th currently. 2nd to 9th, sorry, I should say. Which is incredible. So very close between everybody. Deck losing it in the 2nd, but can he bring it back in the 3rd? He does bring it back in the 3rd, so Deck
seems like
for a pole position.
Well, when Joe was doing Moto2s, the 3rd sector was always the sector that plagued him. Seems like it's the same.
He's cut the chicane.
Oh no! Oh,
and that's the lap
he will be kicking himself.
Cami now as well.
Cami's invalidated.
Cami gets the chicane correctly, but it's an invalid lap.
Nelson jumps into 2nd place.
Wow. Nelson from 9th to 2nd on the grid. Very well done there.
And into the final chicane goes Gami as the rear is trying to lock up. And you got Amir as well in the background, going through Ramshook and into the final chicane. Monster's gone down. Nice run through there.
Incredible from Amir there, and across.
Jumps into 5th. Hit stick as well. He goes through Ramshook and into the final chicane. Completely straight line too.
Will he stop? Will he stop? He didn't. Yeah.
That was questionable.
We may have to give him the penalty for that.
Yeah. That was very.
Should I put it in the chat?
Possibly. We'll see. We'll see what happens after. We'll see what happens. But
because that was a questionable line.
Leon goes through the chicane and now across the line, and he jumps into the 2nd row of the grid. Everyone's starting to get
put it in there now, and that shouldn't be allowed though, Jack. Should I put it in there and say it was cancelled? The lap was cancelled. Okay. I'll put it in now.
Deck, second time round into the final chicane. He's made it through, he's not invalidated. It's a run to the line, will he go into pole position? Yes he does. Leaving the best till last for Deck. And Josh now going through the Ramshook corner and now into the final chicane. Fully straight line in it. And across the line to go 11th. And Mia is also improving, but it says he's invalidated. Yeah, he's invalidated. His lap's gone straight on at the chicane, it looks like. And Gami now coming through out of turn 8. And now round
We
turn
may need to figure
10.
out what we're going to do with that lap cancellation. Are we going to put him to the back where he was before?
Yeah, just put it to the back. It's not that difficult. He's only done one lap. He's only done one lap since that. Well, he had done a lap since that valid lap, so just put him back last. So Gami, can he jump onto the front row of the grid? Joe's also improving, so Joe looking to steal Deck's pole position. Round the final chicane for Gami. He crosses the line and so close. He's not able to do it. Joe has lost it.
Moxie into 6th.
Sixth.
Wow. Okay, so just quickly change Mr. Hit Sticks.
Yep. So Deck,
Nice.
the Fallen takes and yet another pole position. So God knows how many that is in so many races, but it's a lot of pole positions. So he's got a lot of watches, if he could have watches. Joe in second, showing his competitiveness from the couple of showings from last season and the pre-season test. Nelson, champion from season 1, in third. Gary matching Nelson's time. So it's hang on, no, he's beaten Nelson. So I didn't realise that.
Gami is third.
Gami should be
Gami is third.
He should be third, but I can't change that now. Hopefully it'll fix itself. But Gami's been screwed out of a front row position there. Amiya's got 5th, Mogsy 6th, Leon in 7th, Cami in 8th, Monster in 9th, Josh in 10th, Ike in 11th, and Mr. Hitstick in 12th.
Due to the severe track extension, which brought him up the order, but he never improved after that lap, so he would have actually stayed at the back of the grid. And as I predicted, it is a polar opposite to what happened in the junior race. The juniors had a dry qualifying and a wet race, and now it is for the main a wet qualifying and a dry race. So this is very interesting.
I can't even count how many times this happened.
Could change everything. It's Aston for you, that's all I can say.
Yeah, but with the grid, I wouldn't say jumbled up, but not in the potential places that they could be. This could provide some possible decisions. You know, some might go for softs just to try and make up for time lost on the grid, or God knows, or just dive up the inside at turn 1 and hope for the best. But I don't think that will happen. Well, possibly, but we'll have to see.
I mean, it did happen yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was carnage. So we're hoping that the main class won't do that, and hopefully everything will go to plan first time.
Yep.
But it's very tight for that turn 1, so there could be an incident, we don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Just waiting on the 2 Italians.
Yep.
Obviously, changing, probably just changing something or trying to decide what kind of tyres they're going to go with.
Yeah, I just went on the stream to see how many are ready, and it looks like Josh is unreadied up. The Irish rider, so he's...
Oh, Deck and Josh have undone themselves. Unreadied themselves.
And Deck has. So I have no idea what they're doing currently.
They're probably changing their minds
But,
about tyres, I had to guess. Or they've
yeah.
just gone, quick, let's check that I've not messed up anywhere. But right, let's get going.
Everyone's ready, so...
So I'm going to predict that Joe will get the whole shot, since he's very well known for his starts. But we'll have to see. As we all get lined up. Yeah, so I was right, yeah, exactly, with the loose long helmet.
Glitch.
Yeah, well, it's all good.
The wet tire glitch as well.
So here we go. Oh, Gammy is third, so it has fixed itself. So here we go, and it's go at Assen, and it's Joe, as predicted, gets the launch off the line, and into turn 1. Cammy goes round the outside, Monster goes up the inside, and
I think everyone's away cleanly.
everyone's through. Oh,
Yep.
no, oh, just about. Moxie, someone not crashing.
incidences.
Oh,
Yep,
Monster's
there
lost
is.
the front.
Monster.
Monster's lost the front.
Okay, only one guy
oh no,
rider down. So there's no
LCR,
red
it's
flag.
LCR crashed there between the two teammates. That is, so two Idemitsus have gone down. But at the front, it is Joe and Deck, together with Cammy and Nelson in third and fourth.
Half
Is that
the Honda's on the grid, damn.
Yeah. Can Nelson make a move into turn 8?
Ooh.
No, just about. Missed. Oh, Monster's gone down again. Oh, and who's that?
Moxie.
Moxie's gone down. So four Hondas are down in the first lap. Wow. And Monster, Nelson goes up the inside of Cammy as Cammy retakes the position. And I can tell that Nelson's just been done by milestone there, because Cammy went to the inside with no contact, and Nelson's has been magically forced wide. As we look back at the front,
I saw Moxie go for the move.
Dex looking at up the inside of Ramshook. He's at the grass, and he's got down. And Joe's gone to the grass as well, so that's going to probably promote Cammy into the lead. Yes, no, Joe's retaking the lead. No, he's not. It's
there he has. What's happened?
It's Cammy. Cammy's leading. Side by side between Nelson and Cammy into turn 1. Nelson, no, it's Cammy. Nelson that takes the lead of the race. Joe and Gammy fighting for P3. And you got Leon and Josh, who have sort of just missed all of this chaos. They're in 5th and 6th place. So if anything else happens, they're in the perfect place to pick up the pieces.
Champion Deck the Fallen of Season 2 has got a lot of work to do now.
Yep.
Currently in 10th position after that crash when he tried to go on the inside of Joe, which didn't quite work out, which sent him on the deck, but he is now
He did well not to crash initially, to be honest.
He's trying to get past.
He did a good job not to crash when he was on the grass.
And he does. Very clean.
Oh, Joe goes up the inside of Cammy as Cammy ran a little bit wide at the exit turn 8. And now Joe sets his sights on Nelson. So it's a 4-way scrap with Leon just in the background there, so I guess you could call it 5-way, but top 4 separated by about 6/10 of a second as they fly through the fast right. Oh, Joe's gone down. He's hit the curb. He must have hit the curb or something.
He did. He hit the curb.
That is unlucky for Joe. So now it's a 3-way battle in Nelson. It's got a little bit. Hitstick's gone down as well. Where's Hitstick gone down at Ramshook?
Yep, Ramshook. Someone's ran on.
Josh runs on at the chicane, but he's not got any penalty time. He has lost a lot of time to his teammate Leon. So Nelson leads at his home race.
Yes.
He led for a long time at Valencia before having controller issues when it came to turn 8 and ran wide and let Moxie through.
Okay, so Nelson at his home Grand Prix, as Jack said, out in front with Cammy, the Italian, on the Monster Energy Yamaha, chasing him down. It does look like he's slowly catching on him. And
Well,
if he gets a little bit closer, he
this
may
will be the
have to have a
section.
look on the inside.
This will be the section where Cammy will probably gain the most, but then when it comes to the end of this section, that's where Nelson will start to gain back the time as Nelson runs very wide through turn 9. This is where Cammy needs to really use all the corner speed the Yamaha can take compared to the Honda, because the Honda now is just going to drive away from him through these corners, even with the slipstream.
Ooh, Leon running a little bit wide there, but doing a good result. Both Pramacs, 4th and 5th, seem to have gotten away cleanly, not been involved in any incidences. So both riders putting on a good performance there.
Gammy's got a good run on Cammy. He's in the slipstream. Can he ever look up the no, Cammy's taken a nice line there. He's ran wide.
Running a bit
and he's
wide.
Down.
Cammy
and
down.
He's down. He's gone down. His bike's prone, and that now promotes the 2 Pramac boys into 3rd and 4th, and Amir into 5th. So only in 4 and 1 in 3 laps and 1 corner, all but 4 riders have gone on the floor. Who would have thought?
Down.
So Gammy, it could be on for a personal best result here of 2nd place after taking a personal best qualifying position. I mean, Nelson in 1st and he's got the bike he was on last season on his tail. So he's gonna want to keep this up, and Leon is still there. So Leon is there for to pick up any mistakes that these guys have, because he's only he's not that far from. He's only losing a few tenths a lap. As Gammy now is right on the back of Nelson, using the Yamaha's abilities to its to the best he can. Just because it's probably one of the most Yamaha tracks on the game and in real life. Through the chicane they go. And Deck is on the back of Amir now, looking to make a move into turn 1. He's not close enough to make the move, as Amir's very strong in braking.
Everybody's so close. Everyone's across the line now to start the lap. Everybody is so close, so if you go down, you can potentially lose so many spaces.
So this has sort of become a three-way battle for 4th place now, as Josh is coming under pressure from Amir and Deck. Josh is just gonna have to abuse the power of the Ducati to defend from those two.
And Gammy right on the back of Nelson.
Yep.
Gammy is on the back of Nelson. It does look like, from what I can see here, because I can see tyres and everything, Nelson's rear tyre is slightly overheating compared to Gammy's, and Gammy's got a little bit more better wear on. So Gammy has better tyres over Nelson.
Gammy's down again.
That could be the factor in this situation. Gammy having a disaster, but Gammy right on the back of
Nelson. Goes
Nelson
up the inside
now.
of Amir through turn 10 and 11. Not quite. Back at the front. Gammy's so close to Nelson. Is he going to try and do what Deck
I'll
tried?
watch these guys.
Nope. And Amir's made his way through on Josh, round the outside through Ramjuk, and Amir is through. And now into the chicane, and Cammy has left or disconnected.
Hopefully it is a disconnection, because we don't like seeing rage quits.
Yeah, here we go, Josh in the slipstream, using the power of that Ducati to get alongside Amir into turn 1. Josh goes up the inside, contact between the two, somehow not, there's no crash. Deck's going to take advantage and take the pair of them through the exit, and he's through, but Amir forces it back up the inside of Deck.
Oh. Amir shutting the door on Deck and saying you ain't getting past that easily. But also someone in the chat has just said hello from EU Pro, so hello Andrea. Hopefully you're enjoying the race.
Oh yeah, I know that is.
So yeah, back to the action. Deck.
Here we go, Deck, round the outside of Amir.
Oh! Oh my god! Will we be giving a warning to Deck for that?
That was a very strange crash.
I'll need to review it again and then make sure we put it out. It's hard to say. It looks like Amir went on the inside of
They
Deck.
just went side by side there, and it's just not gone well at all. But back, while you have a look at that, back at the front, you got Gammy, who's lost a little bit of time to Nelson over this lap, so I'm going to guess he made a mistake somewhere, or Nelson has just done a nice lap here. One of the two, most likely. And now into the final chicane they go.
It's hard to call it, so I'd say we'll let it slide and have it be reviewed after the race.
Just let it be reviewed after the race. But here comes Gammy, he's not close enough yet. Through turn 1 they go. As Monster has made his way through an Ike, I believe, for 7th place. And into turn 1, Ike, he's trying to hold with Monster here. We're a little bit wide. We got Joe, who's starting to make his way back up the field, trying to catch up to Josh.
I think Leon's gone for a different rear tyre option compared to his teammate, because Leon's rear is overheating slightly and has worse wear than Josh's, but Josh's rear is looking a bit cool.
So Josh has probably gone for a hard tyre, Leon possibly a medium or a soft. So we'll have to see how that works out.
A bit of a strange one if it's a soft rear.
I mean, it could work, because
it could work.
It's not, it's not proportionate, so the tyre can still last for as long as it can. But Gammy's got the run on Nelson. He's got the slipstream. He's close as he's been in a few laps, and just not able to get through. Nelson defending brilliantly like he did at Kota. Through the chicane they go. Deck is also starting to close in on the podium positions. And Joe also closing in on Josh. As Josh might have run wide there, yes he has. So just try and keep an eye on that. Through the hairpin they go. Gammy, Nelson pretty much taking the exact same line. Oh, and Joe's got up the inside of Josh, but Josh sits the bike up and Joe's through. Joe has gone through on Josh. Josh's going to try and use the power of the Ducati to get back alongside Joe. Up the inside into the chicane though. And Gammy's gone through on Nelson. We've missed that. So yep. Nelson has conceded the position to Gammy. He's going to fight back though. Through the left and now the right. Nelson up the inside of Gammy. No. Gammy holds it. So what can Nelson do now from this position? He's going to look up the inside. Nope. Maybe impossible moving to the chicane. He's ran wide a little bit into the chicane they go. Nelson taking a lot more corner speed. And has got the better run. Slipstream plus Honda power. He goes on the left side of Gammy. So Gammy's got the inside. Through turn 1. Nelson switches back to the inside. Gammy's gone a little bit wide and Nelson's back through on Gammy.
Nelson at his home race, putting up a fight for that win.
Yeah.
Joe also now has gotten past one of the Pramac riders. There is a bot. So he is now hunting down 4th position.
Oh, Gammy.
Deck.
Gammy now in the slipstream. He's got alongside Nelson. Oh god, that was some milestone stuff there. Luckily no crashing there. Yeah. Oh, Nelson's run a bit wide, so is Gammy.
So is Gammy, yeah.
And Deck is now closing in on 3rd place. So just keep an eye on that as well.
Joe lagging on my screen.
No, that's not really surprising. Josh has gone down.
Oh my god, I think Josh has been killed by lag. I think Josh was just killed by Joe's lag there, because...
So, Leon now under pressure from Deck. So we're about to start. There's going to be 4 laps to go when we end this race. When they cross the line, Deck's gone straight on at the chicane and it's taken the position. Nelson holding on. Round double rights, well, quadruple rights, but this is double rights. And now flicking into the hairpin. Deck now just under 3 seconds behind these two. Can he mount an attack? Round the left, Moxie and Amir having a battle for 9th place. And Leon's gone down. Leon's gone down at what? He must. I think he must have hit the edge of the curb or the gravel or something there. The way his bike slid.
Yeah.
So Deck now 2 seconds from Gammy. And we're nearly 3 laps from the end.
Oh my god, I just saw something on my screen. Oh.
Moxie and Mia having a battle for the ages.
Mia and Moxie battling.
For 9th place, Mia cuts back on Moxie. So Moxie, who won the last race, is fighting for 9th, so this is very strange.
Yep.
Through the chicane to go, Moxie's not done that great. So Gammy's still half a second from Nelson with 2 3/4 of a lap to go in this race. Can Gammy claim a debut victory? I mean, apart from, I'm assuming, well, apart from the time Nelson conceded the position to Gammy, Nelson's done everything right so far. As the fans who, statues, look on. Round the right, the bike starts to slide. And through the fast rights, Gammy's gaining. Yamaha just, once again, as I said quite a few times, able to take more corner speed than the Honda. Gammy getting right, back wheel of Nelson, but not close enough to make any sort of move. And Gammy's made a mistake there through the chicane.
Last corner move.
Possibly, but Gammy's made a bit of a mistake there. So that's not what he wanted.
Gammy's teammate Deck is closing in.
As well as Joe, so if anything happens between these three, Joe can pick up the pieces from his disaster. So round the rights they go. Nelson's gap just over 3/4 of a second. Nelson's
rear tyres fading compared to the Yamahas.
Down the straight they go. Second covering the top 3 through the fast left. Monster and Josh are fighting for P6. Let's take a quick look at that. Hopefully nothing happens. Whoa, Josh getting on the grass there. That's not going to help him. So it's just going to be who's going to put their bike in the right place at the right time. Nelson doing everything right so far. And now through Ramshook for the penultimate time. Stack down the back of Gammy. Into the final chicane. Gammy's Deck's through on Gammy. So last lap time. And Nelson, who has led for the majority of this race, has now got its Season 1 champion versus Season 2 champion. Who's going to win this race? Potentially. As Nelson's right on the limit now as his bike's making all kinds of movements. Out of the hairpin. And now down the straight into the second sector. Chucking it in to the right. And the long left. And now into turn 8.
Deck all over the back.
Joe's only 1.5
my
seconds
God.
behind these three, so Joe could steal the podium here if luck's on his side. And into turn 9 and 10. Deck looking up the inside of Nelson, not able to do so.
Oh my God, there's gonna be a move. I can see it coming. Deck's gotta get a good drive out of here
he's
if
at
he
the
wants to
back of
stand a chance
Nelson.
of keeping up with that Honda.
Side by side through the fast
Here
right.
he
They go,
goes.
and he's through. Yes, he's gone through. Nelson's fine, and he's not been able to do it. Nelson, Deck's gone on the curb, and he's gone down. And into the final chicane they go, and it looks like it's going to be Nelson who's going to somehow hold on to first place. Gammy second, Joe third, and Dex after all of that is going to finish in 4th. Leon is going to cross the line in 5th, with Monster finishing 6th, Josh 7th, and Ike in 8th. Amir, Mogsy, and Hitstick finishing 9th, 10th, and 11th places.
That's everyone.
Yeah.
Oh. So, race results of round 1 of season 3 of VollGazzRacing. Nelson, at his home Grand Prix, takes the opening win of the season, followed by Gammy with his best race result ever, as he jumps onto the Patronus Yamaha. Joe, on his debut as a full-time rider, in 3rd. Deck, the champion of Season 2, in 4th. Leon on the Pramac in 5th. Monster in 6th. Josh in 7th. And then in 8th is Ike. 9th is Amir. 10th is Mogsy. And then rounding off today's race is Mr. Hitstick in 11th position, with his teammate Cammy unfortunately disconnecting or leaving. We're not too...
Right, so we got Gammy, we just need Joe.
I believe Gammy doesn't have a mic.
Yeah,
so...
he'll just message me.
Yep.
What a race. What a race.
I'm not even joking, see him 2 crashes, I had a loss.
Right, have we got everybody in?
Nope, waiting for Joe, I believe. Oh, he's here. Yeah, forget me. Forget what I'm saying. I'm not paying attention.
You can start. Should I start with Joe and you 3rd place?
I'll do 3rd.
And then you can do the race winner.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Alright. So, Joe, well done, P3. You had a bit of issues in the race there, but you managed to pull it through and get a P3 finish in the end, so just tell us a bit more about how you feel about how the race went.
Well, not too happy with the crash. I didn't really do anything wrong, hit the curb, and then yeah, just flew. But I'll take P3 points, and GG to everyone.
Is he not here again?
Well, thank you, Joe. When I did see the crash, and it just looked like you just went for the general line and you just clipped the curb, I think, and Milestone just said no. But, you know, it happens. Yeah. But I do think I did see at one point, I do think you started to lag slightly, and I think it threw Josh off a little bit, but I think so, but we can just review it, but I don't think it won't change much because we can't do anything about lag. So, but overall, well done for the P3 and the recovery from the crashes, and
Thanks.
hopefully you'll do a good result next week. So we unfortunately don't have second place with the microphone.
Yeah, but I've
I
got it.
believe he would have sent Jack a message by
Yep,
now.
he has. So Gami said, really good race, congrats to Nelson, unlucky deck. I tried just to stay behind Nelson the whole race and put him under some pressure, but I saw that coming, so I had to push and made a few mistakes, so I tried to just bring it home. So good job by Gami there, taking second. So close to the victory, but it wasn't meant to be for him, but it was meant to be for was Nelson. So you've led first time leading a championship since you won the championship back in season 1, and replicating Monster's performance of last season, winning the first race of the season aboard an LCR Honda. You had a lot of pressure from Gami, as well as being in a fight with Cami to begin with, as well as Deck at the end. Lot of chaos going around you. How was it?
Yeah, so it was a really weird race because in the qualifying I really didn't felt that competitive till the last lap I put in. But in the race I started pushing towards the beginning because Cammy and Joe Deck, they were all already putting in a small gap between the midfield, so I was trying to stay with them. So I tried to overtake Cammy and just push as hard as I can to stay with him. Well, then a few laps later they all crashed, or the same lap I believe, and me and Cammy just went in first and second, overtook Cammy, and after that I just stayed in front. A lot of pressure from Gammy, Deck, and all those guys as well. It was just a difficult race to just hold on because my tires were overheating as well. So, but I'm happy overall and ready to push next week as well.
Yeah, so congratulations to you, Nelson, winning your home Grand Prix and getting the win that you possibly could have taken in the final race of the season last season.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that has been it for round 1. Round 2 will be next week at the Red Bull Ring, so that should be very interesting because the weather could play a part in that again. And we've also got Moto2 tomorrow and Junior on Saturday also at the Red Bull Ring. So thanks for watching, we'll see you then. Goodbye.